It's time to put your costume on and listen to Long Con.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Long Con Podcast, episode 25, where we discuss conventions, cosplay, and other facets of geek culture. I'm Kevin.
I'm Nick.
We've got... Okay, cool. You're on
Dale.
board this time. Jess.
I'm Jess.
And we have two guests with us. There is Adi and Amber. And they were cool enough to come up last weekend to join us for C2E2, which is one of our favorite conventions. Some of us, that's our favorite convention. I'm kind of on the fence. So they...
You're going to break the fence. Get off the
Yes, yeah, I know. I should probably get off
That fence was not made to withstand.
Yeah. If they can't hold a pomadoodle, you're screwed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was just for decoration.
What if it's
So-
an invisible fence?
As long as he's not wearing the collar, it'll still be okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to drink this beverage.
This is going out
Kevin.
splendid.
This
You have
happens
to-
every month.
You have to blur that beverage out because they are
Immediately
not
sidetracked.
sponsoring us.
We aren't endorsing.
I'm sorry, Arnold Palmer and your Arizona iced tea.
You have to blow her off
Lemonade
your
blend.
shirt, too. We're not, Chicago. They're not.
The man has many hobbies, Perry. He's a drink mogul.
Yes. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. They were nice enough to come up and join us down from Georgia.
Down from Georgia.
It
to come up from Georgia into Chicago, where C2E2 is. So we brought them on because it was their first time, and we've been going for many years. So we can get some first impressions because it's pretty obvious that we are a little biased in opinions because we like it. So I do have a video. I can get that playing if you guys want, and then we can talk over it and discuss after that. Sound good?
Okay.
Or were there any initial thoughts?
No, good with
Can I just throw out that Micah from Beatdown Boogie was also there, and he will have a video if anyone
That's
listening or
true.
watching is interested in seeing what C2E2 is all about. Keep an
And
eye
it will
out.
be like 10 trillion times better than the video that.
Well, it'll also be probably 10 trillion times longer, too, because we probably got, 4 minutes of
I have 11 minutes of footage.
Woohoo! Look at us. We're being responsible.
But is it good footage, Kevin?
No,
That's the question.
It is footage. It is talking heads.
It'd be 12 minutes if he included that other secret footage.
Yeah, I didn't put that one in, Dale.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say it puts the lotion on the skin.
Yes, it certainly does.
Oh no!
I warned
I
you.
know that footage.
Yeah, Kevin actually emailed that around.
Well, it's okay. People want what the people want.
Right. Well, I'm attempting to screen share, and it's not letting me. This is awkward.
Okay, I think we've
For
lost
you?
it.
What? What do you mean this is awkward for you?
Yes,
This
Mr.
is awkward
I
for
learned
me
how to do
because
this.
there
How,
was-
how is it awkward for you? I was the one filming it.
Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't be awkward for you at all.
You had to sit and watch it. I think that's more awkward.
No, what would be
That's true.
awkward is if you were watching it in a room with me. That
You
would
guys
be awkward.
Where it's as dark as the room you're sitting in.
Hey, Dale,
What's up?
what's going on? These two make out or something? Kevin, Adi?
Well, actually, you see, Kevin
Well,
and I.
What?
Yeah.
They were in the same room. One person didn't have pants, and another person had lotion, and that's
We're super close We're super close friends. It was bound to happen eventually.
Somebody needed a hand.
How it is.
actually that is true. Someone did need a hand.
Oh no.
One thing led to
I
another.
think we broke
I'm
Amber.
married now.
Actually, a couple things led to another.
Vows were exchanged. Rings.
Someone signed
All I have
paper.
to say is you had to be there.
I feel like I
Oh,
was
man.
after this time. I feel like I was there.
I feel
All right,
like I
well-
wasn't.
Evidently, I'm unable to screen share, so
Is that because we're doing it live?
no, I don't think so. But
Somebody's doing it live.
Oh.
Kevin, just put it in the
in the channel later.
Yeah, when I edit this, I'll just drop it over the top. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to watch it while we stream.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, I can't think of any other way I'd be able to do that. So yeah, I've never had a problem with it working before, but
Let's see if I'm having any issues with screen sharing or something.
yes, if you guys are able to screen share.
Yeah, I
You
can
have
screen share fine.
Weird.
Yeah, so it's not our.
Kevin, you were having issues last time too, weren't you?
Yeah, you were.
With screen share?
Yeah,
Just with
you tried to-
everything.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Well,
At what point do they stop being issues and start being a subscription?
well, I'm subscribed
money is
to
exchanged.
When you have enough for a first series.
subscribe
enough.
to Bad Podcast Monthly.
All right.
Amateur
So,
Podcast Monthly.
like,
So,
was there any main highlights from that video you wish to talk about?
I mean, it's just a lot of like walking around and
Cosplay.
yeah, there's some cosplay stuff.
That's all of our videos.
Well, yeah. Well, this is kind of the point.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything super specific. There are a couple funny things, but yeah, whatever. We can just talk about the convention in general. So, why don't you guys explain like your thoughts about C2E2 first, since it was your first time.
New guys? Yeah, new
I-
guys.
Our guests.
What's up, new blood? Give us your thoughts.
I think that's it.
Stop trying to threaten them.
I just wanted to force them to tell me their opinion.
Amber, would you like to go first?
No, I already said you're going first.
No. Okay. So, C2E2 is obviously a completely different convention from what I'm typically accustomed to. My first convention being Dragon Con in 2008. All of you have been to Dragon Con, so you know that it's pretty much just an enormous party with way too many people and way too small a space. So it gets a little crazy. It goes around the clock. There's no convention center that closes. It's very frenetic the entire time. So there's always something going on. There's always new people to meet and hang out with. Lots of music, lots of parties, lots of drinking, obviously. I found that C2E2 was completely different in that it was far more relaxed. There wasn't there wasn't the craziness associated with hotels because proximity didn't matter so much thanks to the shuttle system they'd implemented. And so it made getting around way easier and way more stress-free. So you could be at a hotel 2 to 3 miles away and not really have to worry about getting to and from the con.
Did they have that in previous years?
We never really had to research it.
Right, that's why I'm wondering.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they had it last year because my friend Terry, who came last year, was going to stay off-site, and she had looked into the shuttles, and she ended up getting a room that was a cancellation at the McCormick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we had fully researched like Uber and all that stuff. So and then we got there and it was like, oh, we don't have to worry about this because it's just shuttle. So
Well, some of us didn't have to worry about it.
yeah, I know. But for those listening, we split off into 2 groups. Usually we're all in like 1 or 2 hotel rooms in the host hotel. And Audie, Amber, Katie, Jen, and myself and Kyle. We stayed, was it about, how many miles would you say?
2?
3, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. So we were a couple miles down the road from the convention center, so...
Yeah, you guys were up in like the city center, right? Like right off the river.
Yeah, it was up by like Grand or Chicago. That area, so.
State Illinois, you're at.
Maybe I'll put a map on the screen right now. I don't know. No maps. Dale says no maps.
No maps.
Okay. We're already using Google Hangouts, so what is using
Just
Google
go
Maps?
Google Maps. It'll be fine.
So
Google it.
we were originally worried about that, having to do that to get to and from the hotel in costumes or at the convention center, but we wound up not having to do that because they had a shuttle system. So super cool.
When you were going from the shuttle, was there a lot of people in costume?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
There were a few, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a ton of people, but there were at least 2 to 3 significant costumes that looked like they required at least an hour of prep work, putting on prosthetic work and wigs and makeup. And there were, I think, a total of maybe 6 or 7 on the shuttle on the way over on Saturday.
Oh, that's what I thought you were asking, Dale. Sorry, it was right around the corner from us, so we didn't have far to go from our hotel to.
I was just asking how many were in the how many people were dressed in the shuttle because I
Oh,
didn't see.
in the shuttle. Okay, I thought you like on the way to the shuttle.
Oh, no.
Like, that's what I misheard. Yeah, there were people that got on mostly Saturday.
The crosswalk guards were very disappointed on Sunday that they didn't see that many costumes.
I will say
Where are
though.
all the costumes at?
I will say though that C2E2 was significantly different in the tone of the convention. Like it felt very not slow, but a lot calmer on the show floor.
We described it as a very comfortable con.
yeah. I would. Yes, what con do we have here that's kind of comparable to it? I guess MomoCon now, although it's getting a little bit bigger and it's starting to lose its kind of childhood friendliness.
Okay. I've heard of MomoCon, but where is that?
That's here in Atlanta, and I think
Oh,
I'm
is
moving to the Georgia Convention Center.
They moved it to the World Congress Center.
Oh, there, right. Thank you.
Kevin, get that map up there. I know you love map graphics.
All right, now you can put a map up for this one.
Thank you, Dale. Dale is the producer, apparently. Do we have any breaking news that I have to suddenly make a map for with 5 minutes to air, even though they take 20 minutes to make?
Great.
Yeah, MomoCon would actually be a great comparison for C2E2.
Oh, okay.
With a difference being the age range.
Yeah. And I don't think they do the focus of like the kids' day on Sunday as much.
Well,
I know
MomoCon's
it's
starting
there.
to move away from that now.
That's why I was saying it's losing its
There's
kids'
2
day.
earthquakes in Mississippi.
Michigan.
Mine says Mississippi.
I know they had some in Michigan.
Oh, okay. I just typed breaking news in Google.
Oh,
An hour ago. All right.
So I'm gonna make some maps for that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, MomoCon is, like Amber said, a great sort of analog for C2E2, mostly because of the relaxed feel. Previously, MomoCon was held as a free convention at the Georgia Tech Student Center. For the first couple of years, it was in existence, and then they moved it to the Marriott that the Dragon Con's held in.
Mm-hmm.
And because of cost concerns, they moved it over to the convention center with an adjoining hotel. And so now it's sort of moving up to Dragon Con Junior, but it's still a very low-key con.
Now, how far is that from like the Marriott and stuff?
It's a long distance. It's almost the entire way across Atlanta, but still inside the perimeter. So it's about like 5-6 miles away.
Cool.
I would say that DashCon was the best convention of all time.
You really can't get past that ball pit, can you?
Yeah, no.
No.
They made that a thing.
That was a thing that happened.
Have a ball pit, so.
I wish I would have walked over there because it was right next to where I work.
Really?
Yeah. It was so close that I saw like a flock of homestucks outside. And I was like, oh, it must be that DashCon thing.
Murder.
I really haven't seen much in the ways of Homestuck since
There were so many.
There were.
There were so many.
at C2E2.
Yes.
Yeah,
There
it
were
was-
so many.
Yeah, they were all over the
Apparently
place,
I'm
man.
still blocking things out.
I honestly did not see that many. I saw like
There was so many.
Yeah.
I think you just see things and so sort of like all shades of gray. I think you're colorblind and just won't tell us.
Maybe.
And so you can't tell them apart from regular people.
Well, to be fairly honest, the floor is great too. So.
Might just not be able to see them at all, at which point we all envy him. No, I'm kidding.
But not really.
Yeah, like a couple years ago, that was just like the thing that everybody cosplayed was from Homestuck, and I'd never read it, and
I feel
didn't it say like you need to get like 100 pages in before it starts getting good?
Yeah.
So
Something like that.
Well,
I
I
bet,
mean,
I bet at that point it still doesn't get good.
Have you guys read it?
Right.
I have tried.
Okay.
I got like 20 slides in, and I still didn't get it because the authors change multiple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have multiple authors, and I never really understood like the point, and so it made me feel old. And so I think largely my inability to appreciate Homestuck is probably from the old man standing on his front lawn waving a stick at kids point of view. So like,
I mean, those
Pretty
kids should
much,
get
pretty
off
much.
of the lawn.
Excellent.
pretty
They
much
don't
like
belong there.
I don't have a valid reason for disliking Homestuck. I simply don't. And
Yeah.
I've tried to give it a chance, and I just can't get into it, and so I feel kind of bad because my only reason for disliking it is because all the fans are young kids, and they make me feel old.
At least you gave it a chance.
I dislike it for the sheer joy I get out of disliking it.
What did you say, Amber?
My reason for disliking it is because largely none of them know how to seal their makeup and it gets on everything.
Oh, they leave gray on everything.
There, legit reason.
Why, we have a question on the thing.
We do. Nikoro-chan wants to know how we are doing. And I will select it.
Half of them, to answer that, half of them are dying as we speak.
Jess, how are you doing?
Some of us have contact.
Me? I wasn't feeling good the first couple days, but then today I took an allergy pill and I feel fine now. So.
I thought you were gonna say I'm okay.
Oh, I'm okay.
I know.
To be fairly honest, Jess has always been okay ever since she left the
She-
murder house.
She always, every time I ask her how she's doing, she just goes, "Oh, I'm okay, I guess." And like, that's not enough of an answer. So I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Like, could you be better?" She's just like, "No, I'm okay." But then at the Crown Champion of Cosplay thing, the MC comes out and he goes, "How you all doing?" And Jess goes, "I'm okay."
This guy was very high energy too, so
He was
Nick
the
pretty
first
much started laughing.
He was the first MC I've seen at a costume contest that I didn't immediately want to choke to death.
Oh, that's
Like,
fine.
he was entertaining.
Yeah.
So was he memorable though?
He's the warm up guy for Steve Harvey,
Really?
and like the Family Feud show, I guess.
Okay.
I looked him up afterwards because my coworker was asking me about it, but yeah, he was pretty good, so it was fun.
Of course, I guess after that one guy from Indiana.
It's the Hutt family, just back from church. We've got Bulba. Come on, Hutt family, come on over here for a second. Hello, sir. Which Hutt are you?
Where's Jabba? I don't see Jabba in the
Okay,
hut.
okay, I'm sorry.
I would have.
It's hard to
said
top
everyone
that.
was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded interesting. And then you've got Yet Mario from C2E2 2011.
Yeah, that was classic.
Uh-oh. Dale, what did you do?
Every time Jess says, I'm okay.
Well, that's what I think he's worried about whenever I say that, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm not great, but I'm not bad. I'm just okay.
I think that's what everyone thinks of when that's said.
Oh, hey, I think I got a question.
You did. Sarah Glassman wants to know, Adi, how did the makeup work out?
Sarah Glassman was someone I ran into at Jordan Con. She was one of the vendors there. Super sweet lady.
Like triple
And
or something?
unfortunately for me, like, I don't know that much about makeup, and so having to put on Zevran face and not look like an old man is kind of difficult. And so basically what I ended up going with is I talked to my sister, and she's kind of a makeup wizard, and she put together this tinted moisturizer that she mixed at home that had a certain amount of foundation in it that would cover sort of everything. And then she gave me a contour brush, which she'd pre-treated with a darker shade of whatever. And so I got to C2E2, I put on a primer, I put on the tinted moisturizer that she'd mixed for me, and then I contoured cheekbones. And so it was sort of very minimalist, and I don't think it was terribly involved as far as processes go, because I'm bad with makeup. but I think it did okay. My biggest gripe with the costume right now is the wig being stupid, because I have a weird hairline, and my wig loves to ride back. But yes, it went really well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, this is my first con wearing makeup that I did myself as well. So
You did a really good job with it, man.
Your beard was very realistic, Kevin.
I know. I thought his nose for makeup worked great.
That was an excellent beard you made up on your face.
I know, right? It was so bushy and irritating and itchy.
It only took him like 12 months to do.
12 months? Nah, Dale, come on. Give me more credit than that. It was at least 2 years. This baby face.
Are we making fun of Kevin's beard?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to go blow my nose.
Oh, okay.
Because I have Concord.
So you lied to us? I thought you were fishing.
I thought about going fishing, but
He
then I
was
came back.
fishing for
Man, nothing you say I can take seriously now.
Yes, because that's what stopped us.
Right.
Not the shark backs.
We kind of got Adi's opinion, like first impressions. So Amber, did you have first impressions for C2E2?
No, gonna ride on the coattails there and said it's pretty much the same thing. I think.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I think
She enjoyed it.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
there you go. You're back.
I was like wondering where that happened. What happened to
Yeah,
that?
it was just like a glitch.
Oh god, I have to like sign the little confirmation thing again.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
You went all glitch of the wilds on us there.
I see what she did there. It's adorable. Alright. Wait, I should already be in here. Great. No, like I said, riding on coattails. It's similar to MomoCon, at least to me, from a that's current in my repertoire of cons. Yeah, comfortable. We'll go with that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it. Would you consider coming back in future years, or is that was?
Yeah, Kyle and I were talking about that. Like,
Okay.
it's really an expensive con to fly out to if that's all we're doing. But if we spoke with it briefly with you, but if we were gonna take a week out and like see Chicago and wherever, and then do that and come back a couple of days later, I think it'd be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty to see in Chicago.
I don't know. I feel like I am like the worst person to go to Chicago because I can't eat anything. Like I can't eat donuts.
I mean, you can always see like the museums and stuff that they have down there. There's the aquarium, and there's more than just food. Although I'm probably not the right person to say that because I love food.
Yeah.
So.
Kevin trying to explain Chicago without food thing. Well, there's some tall buildings, I think.
I lived there for a couple of years. Well, what were your favorite things to do that didn't involve eating?
Eat.
I walked around a lot.
I know there's a bank nearby.
So yeah, I'm sure that video's been done for a while now, but you can pretty much see there are a couple shots in there where you can see basically how big it is, and it's if you put all of Dragon Con on one floor, it would probably be 3, 4, 5 times as big as that. So it's pretty condensed, not too big, but you still kind of get that full experience. So would highly recommend C2E2 to anybody out there who's maybe considering it.
Can we mention that apparently C2E2, as one of the Reed Pop conventions, has decided that because it's in a centralized location, it wants to now be where they hold the Crown Championship of cosplay. It wants to be like the hub of cosplay. I'm sorry?
5 conventions that you can do, and if you win any one of them, you're considered whatever.
Well, what they were doing was they said they started this at C2E2 last year. It was a big to-do. Apparently they refined it a lot for this year, but they also had a championship out on the East Coast at, was it New York Comic-Con?
Mm-hmm.
And they took the person who won that, and they were also in the Chicago one last year, and they had them come with their costume that they won the competition in New York. They brought them here to show off and kind of compete against the Chicago people again. And then they opened it up and said they're going to have, was it like Shanghai, India, Australia, was it Japan and
I don't think it was Japan.
France?
It was like China or something.
Well, Paris was in there too.
I think
They're
it was
gonna have like
China.
5 international conventions have these crown championships, and then whoever wins those, they're gonna bring them all to Chicago to compete like next year against the people in
I think it'll
Chicago.
be like Grand Royale style or something like that.
Yeah,
They're gonna fight to the death.
like full-on combat to the death.
Yeah, it's gonna be gladiatorial. They're gonna put him in the middle of Soldier Field and just have him go at it.
There
can only be one.
Putting in one of our famous Chicago fight
Dale,
pits.
Dale, you keep trying to talk and everybody keeps talking over you. What is this? Make your peace.
Oh no, I said I would pay money to see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard Dale say that.
Okay, I didn't, because it was just like Dale would say something or start saying something, and somebody else would talk and you couldn't hear it.
Kevin's
what
not
was
thinking
what
over
was the
Dale.
prize? Do you remember? Was it 5,000 or 10?
Yeah, I think it was.
The damned.
I think it was 5,000 for first, 3,000 for second, and 1,000 for third.
It was
Okay, I think that's
2,500 for second.
Was it 25?
okay. That's what it
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're making a big deal out of this. It'll be
Yeah,
interesting to
that's
see where they go with
Very
it.
cool.
Is it just supposed to be single or is it group things as well?
Just single. I don't. There were no groups, and it's really just how many people? Was about 25 contestants.
About, yeah. Like 5 per category, like 5 categories.
We have a question up there
We
about
do.
have we been in a costume contest?
Nikora-chan wants to know, have any of you been in a costume contest before, and if so, have you won any awards? I'll put that to you guys.
Yeah, we'll just go down the line.
Okay, well, on my screen, furthest left, Adi, have you been in a costume contest before?
For cosplay, no.
Okay.
I haven't. I've always been kind of skeptical of cosplay contests and competition, mostly because cosplay I feel comes from a very personal area where you're trying to express your appreciation of a specific character or a specific series. And it seems like it strikes me as one of those, hey, who's the biggest fan?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
If it's left to the audience, that I hate those competitions because it's like you could have spent hours and hours and hours and got every single little detail that's appreciated like up close, spent hours and hours and hours, like I said, and then somebody walks in who has a character that's really popular and maybe they bought it from a store or something like that. They spent like $30 on their costume and 0 time fixing anything, but everybody loves that character, and I clap for that guy. And I'm not trying to be bitter here or anything, but it's just like
You guys are bitter about that one time. You can admit it. It's fine. You can admit that that
One because he put a towel on.
Yeah, at Wizard World Chicago a couple of years ago, there was at the height of like the Old Spice. What's that guy's name?
Empire.
Old Spice guy, right?
Skyward.
That was his name,
yeah,
right?
Mustafa. Yeah. The Hello Ladies guy. Some
Isaiah
guy entered the
Mustafa.
costume competition with a towel and a bottle of Old Spice, and he looked like the guy, but it's just like there was not a whole lot construction-wise that went into it or effort.
Kevin, he hand wove that towel.
Made the Old Spice bottle.
Yeah,
he made a mold for it and everything.
He brewed the Old Spice body soap himself. You don't even know.
Recipe online.
You don't even know.
I need to check my privilege.
You should.
But I guess going back to the question, Dale.
Me?
Since you're next in line, or I guess I could ask Amber because she's a guest.
Right.
Guests first. So Amber, have you entered any costume contests before?
Yes, I've entered several. Have I won any major ones? No. Have I won like this little town's convention costumes? Yes, all the time.
Little Miss Costume.
All the time. I think the last costume I won with was actually Morgan. Yeah. I think who was judging it? It was somewhere called Chattacon in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And who is it? Leah, I don't remember her last name, but she works with Geek Outlet. Is that right?
Leah Nelson?
Yeah, that's her. Her her and I can't remember, somebody else was a judge. That's all I remember.
Well, congratulations.
They loved the doll the most, Kevin. I think that's what made me win.
I'm taking one for the team.
Yeah.
Jess, have you entered? I know you have, but
yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of have the same feeling where it's like I wouldn't compete normally because I don't feel like the stuff that I make is really up to par, and I know there's people that put a lot more effort in the stuff that I do, and are doing it for the prize. But we entered. I think that was the first time I went to C2E2. We entered that really informal costume contest with the Dragon Age group the first year that we debuted. Not you guys necessarily, but when me and Nick debuted it, and we had such a large group, they split us up, and so there was the girls and the guys.
They capped it out at 5 for the
Yeah.
groups, and we had 6, so we'd split up into guys and girls.
So our little girl
The
group,
girls had a better chance if they were.
or we came in second place. I'm sorry, we didn't win. We came in second place because
Courtney.
Corky was there, Jen, and I, and then that faux show guy won.
Yeah.
Right? The wing guy won that one or whatever?
No, not the wing guy. The faux show or show enough, was it?
Yeah, show enough.
Yeah,
it was
show
one
enough.
of those fan judged ones where they all recognized him and
I
they
saw
voted.
him. I saw him this year. He was just walking around. I was gonna say show enough, but
Show enough.
hey,
But
I
yeah,
remember you.
we ended up getting just like some swag bags, and they had some like
Haunted.
comics and free stuff in there. It was fine, but it wasn't something I would have normally on my own entered. I don't think if I hadn't been with a group. So.
Is that the only time you entered a contest?
I think that's the only time I entered a contest. I think so.
Okay. And then can I just summarize the 3 of us?
I would say that Kevin just speak for us.
Okay. When we talk about C2E2, we kind of hold 2011 as like this pinnacle. Even if something surpasses it, we'll probably always have the nostalgia glasses for 2011, just because a lot of cool stuff happened. But C2E2 2011, we entered a masquerade, and we got a judges award, and then there was another award too that we had gotten that year for our. I actually put this up just in case we talked about it because C2E2 related, but. This is my Soap McTavish costume, minus the wolf head.
I thought that was weird looking Alistair armor.
Yeah. Also, my Alistair armor is packed up, and I got to make modifications to it. But yeah, we entered our Modern Warfare 2 group, and we got a judges award. And do you guys remember the other award we got? Because I remember there were 2.
It was
we got judge awards and we got like second place award kind of.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have like places. There was a grand prize one, but I just say like
we got runner up basically.
Yeah, we got the most awards. I think we were the only group that had 2 awards, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, we did that. I've entered like my snake costume, and I think it was for Ikasucon down in Indiana, and I did it on a whim, and my group won something for that. And then Dale, you and I got a judges award for our Alistair and Barrett costumes that one year at Wizard World Chicago. Yep. So yeah, we've done a couple of costume contests and won a couple awards. So.
Well, and then you and I entered the BioWare one.
Oh, the YouTube one, yeah.
Yeah, where I won. I mean, this is what I got out.
Do you have your... Oh, okay, cool. You already have a picture. I will click on that. So, yeah, Dale got... what was the official title of that award?
Best Weapon.
Best Weapon, because of Eric and Bianca.
Yeah, well, because we had the working Bianca that you took the video with.
Yeah, so... That's pretty cool. I was impressed by your editing skills on that one, too, because I just kind of shot it for you. I was like, good luck.
Yeah. That's the first time I ever used any kind of editing for film, but
well done.
Yay!
So
I've never done it since.
that
one
should
and done. That's the way to do it.
That should answer your question. So thank you for asking questions.
You guys did remind me of another time I actually did enter a contest, but it wasn't like a real contest. It was just kind of a show off your costume sort of thing that had fake prizes, which is actually where I got those shutter shades that I bring to every convention. So.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Now, did the people who set it up think it was a real contest?
It was I believe Holly Conrad set it up, and it was
okay.
She just was like, bring your costumes up, and then she wrote out on like a postcard the award that she kind of just made up to give you, and I won because it was my Samara costume, and this was at PAX Prime in 2012, and I won the like sexiest 900-year-old lady who could kick your ass award or something.
So everything was a judge's award.
Yeah, it was just silly. It was just silly.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I guess I can dig into the other questions if we want.
Yeah, you might as well get for those.
Okay. So we got one. I'll just go to Facebook. So, do we want to address Carissa's? Because the Avengers just came out.
It's too early.
It's too early, Nick says. So.
Nick isn't prepared. No.
Carissa wants to know, Amber, have you seen the Avengers yet?
I did. I
Ultron?
rushed out and saw it to make sure that I wasn't left out in this conversation.
Awesome. Well, Carissa wants to know the first or second Avengers. I'm assuming favorite, and why.
That's like Sophie's choice. I'm not
It
shooting
is.
I'm not shooting one of my children on a podcast, Carissa. I put so much work into these movies.
All right. Well, Dale, you're usually opinionated. Do you have a preference over one or the other?
As it stands right now, I would probably say 2.
Okay.
I will say
I think I laughed a lot more in 2 than I did in 1.
there was a lot of great humor and that Hulkbuster fight, but I'm not going to say anything else.
I will say Rebels.
Rebels.
I would say no one would ever know.
God, I need to go. I need to go watch it right now. Where's my gun fishing center?
This is turning less into which one did you like better and why, and more into.
That's why I said.
Just throw out
That's
one
why I said too soon.
Oh, okay. I'll throw out the counterpoint. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to say that it's better yet because again, I feel like I'm still digesting it and I need to see it again before I make like a firm judgment. But there was a lot that happened in that movie, and from like a storytelling perspective, I feel like maybe the first movie was a little bit more coherent.
Well, they did cut 1 hour out of it.
They did cut a lot out of that movie, which maybe made some of the scenes a little more like jumpy, I guess. Like they just jumped into something suddenly.
It's because studios.
Which movie had an hour cut out of it?
This one.
First one?
Age of Ultron. Because studio heads are like, if it's 2 hours instead of 3 hours, we can get additional 2 showings per day in the theater. Money, money. Although Avatar was 500 hours long and it made all the money.
But let's just also know that there may or may not be an extended version of the movie coming. I hope there is. So.
Two reliable sources.
Okay.
Two reliable sources.
At the same time, I know a bunch of people who don't want to go see it in the movie because it's already 2.5 hours long.
Yes.
Kind of. So it being 3.5, I think, really would be a huge problem for not the hardcore.
But
fans.
those people probably look forward to having it in their own house, and then they could pause it and go to the bathroom at their own,
I'm sure the extended cut wouldn't add the entire hour of extra footage. It would just add some stuff
Hey, careful with what you say.
One of the Hobbits had an hour and 45 minutes cut from footage that they had, but they only added 25 minutes. It's just like some exposition and stuff, because studio people are stupid and they don't think people can understand things. And also, the masses are stupid and they can't handle long movies.
Yeah.
Literally every one of the Lord of the Rings movies has spanned 3 hours. Literally every single one. And those movies have literally made all of the money, including the 3-hour movies made from The Hobbit, which is like this thick. It's
Yeah.
like
They all made tons of money. And Avatar, another 3-hour-long movie, all the money. It made all the money. Titanic, second highest grossing, 3 hours long. Stupid studios. They don't know anything.
What about
Well,
Gone
it's
with the
not even
Wind?
that.
Did that make a ton of money?
Oh yeah, Gone with the Wind.
'Cause that was like 4 hours,
They
wasn't
had an intermission.
it?
Ben-Hur.
Oh,
Ben-Hur.
God.
People like long movies. It's a thing. They want to go experience a day at the movies and
Fucking
just
long was
enjoy it.
Titanic.
Ben-Hur had a running time of 3 hours and 44 minutes. Long movies add the sense of scale if they're delivered correctly.
Agreed.
Fuck.
That, yeah.
It was 3.5 hours long. I'm so glad I did not see that movie. I would have been like, sink the fucking ship! I came here to see something go under the water. What's taking so long?
Dale's favorite character was the iceberg.
Nick,
Yes.
Dale is vouching for the King Kong thing.
Yeah,
The
get to
theme
the
song.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was rooting. We saw the preview for Jurassic Park 4, and I was rooting for the fucking T-Rex. I'm like, as long as that thing fucking kills the kids, it should win.
Oh, can we just talk about? We went to the beautiful Ultra screen that had recliners and everything.
I love
Yeah,
it.
we did too.
And the lights dimmed, and the movie just started.
There was no
And I was
trailers.
sitting there were no trailers, and I was sitting there like,
Really?
"What's going on?
Yeah,
Why-
I was like, are they
It's
showing-
probably because
All
they
of a
didn't
sudden
have
I-
trailers in Ultra HD. That's all I'm saying.
maybe.
Because how
there was
disappointed
not
would
even
you
like
have
the
been?
"please put on your 3D glasses" warning.
Yeah, it was just
something
weird.
just started. I was like,
It
what's
was weird. I
happening?
was like, are they showing a clip of the? No, this is the movie.
But that's the
And
thing,
everyone's
right?
been
Like,
talking about the Star Wars trailer and all the trailers beforehand, and I was like, oh, I'm finally gonna watch them on the big screen. And then I was just like, wait, this is the start of the movie.
I was like, I'm not
disappointed
emotionally
would you
prepared
have
for this.
how disappointed would you have been if they had like a standard definition like trailer for Star Wars in the 3Ds like Ultra HD screen?
They
for,
just started
like,
streaming YouTube, a little tiny
when
thing
you're
up
watching
there.
it, it's like this big, and you're like,
In
I
the middle
feel
of
so
it, there's a
cheated.
offer wheel.
Okay. Audie, did you see the movie?
oh yes, I did. Yes, I did. I saw it Thursday night, right after
The
work.
Star Wars trailer?
I'm sorry.
Did you see the Star Wars trailer?
Yes.
There was
I
a
saw the Star Wars.
trailer.
Yeah, same here.
Wait, what?
We
There was
didn't
a
get a Star Wars trailer either. You were apparently the only one.
Yeah, they didn't show any Star Wars trailer. Either that or Blind I passed out for a minute.
My friend Terry got the Star Wars trailer, and she saw it on the Ultra screen.
No, we got
I-
battle.
I'm sorry. Like, it was really like I started hyperventilating in the theater. There were actual emotions.
You had
And-
to take a moment.
Yeah,
Well,
we-
you love the-
I was like,
The vapors.
I feel like it's safe to talk about the Star Wars trailer, which was
No,
awesome.
we just have to talk
I,
about the
I
different
haven't seen the most
Wait,
recent one.
When is it coming out?
December.
Ah, fuck you.
I am so excited.
Oh my god.
Dale,
So
at least it's not
excited.
December. At least it's not December of next year.
It actually looks like a Star Wars movie.
When Dale was driving me back to my apartment, I was reading the Marvel Cinematic Film Timeline, or Cinematic Timeline, and look all the release dates. And it's like stretched out to what is it, 2018 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, we're gonna be dead and have like grandchildren by then.
Well, it was really funny because like originally ended in 2017, and then they got the right Spider-Man back, and they were like, let's slide this neatly in here, and we'll push these 3 movies back. And it was just like, well, your timeline that ended in 2017, like 2.5 years from now, is now 2018, and then you've got Phase 3 after that, and so we're just like, oh no, we're in Phase 3. Sorry.
They only shifted
That's-
two release dates. The release dates went out to 2019.
But those were such great movies. I wanted to see them.
I
You can
am
still see them.
stoked for Civil War when that comes out, and I'm going to be crushed.
You
Yeah.
are. I don't know how you're gonna handle that, man.
I don't
Like,
either.
you're like, I love Cap, but I love Tony.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, he's gonna handle it like he handled the decision in Dragon Age Inquisition. He's just going to,
Oh yeah. Well,
and he's not going to care about who else cares about his feelings.
Yep.
He's going to walk out of that movie like, one of these two people is going to be dead to me.
Or both,
And
maybe.
he'll be like, or maybe both. I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to be like, Cap is dead to me. Or maybe Tony's dead to me. One or the other.
I like...
Maybe literally.
Hawkeye
Who knows?
now. No one ever says that.
I love Hawkeye.
Hawk guy?
The corner.
Hey, you're that Hawk guy.
Yeah, I got a lot more shit out of Hawkeye in this version. Or I shouldn't say this version.
That's because he
but
wasn't
this
possessed the whole time.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
actually got to be Hawkeye.
All right,
Well,
we should probably stop
yeah.
talking about the Avengers and Marvel and get on to more questions.
No, you
What
supposed
do
to
you got?
talk about the differences. We never
The differences.
between
pretty
the
much.
two movies.
Okay.
Which was better?
Which one is? But
I will be the one person here who says the first movie was better.
Jess
Or
was
the second.
kind of saying that she was going to be contrarian on that one. So
First
Okay,
movie
then
didn't
yes,
have
I
Vision.
agree.
This one didn't have Coulson.
The second one was better.
I mean, I liked both of them. It's really
Yeah,
hard
I'm
for me
not
to
picking.
pick.
I'm not picking a favorite. Why would I do
I
that?
mean, it's hard because characters are more developed because you see the standalone movies and like all that stuff, all that character development adds to the characters.
I
that
don't
you know.
understand. I don't understand people's need to rank things. Quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. They're both good. I think we can all agree on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they're both good. I just want to throw out that there were some interesting like cinematography issues in that movie, though, that I don't know if it was because I was tired when I was watching it, but like it took a moment for me to like adjust to how the movie was being filmed. I'll say that also.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was just, I don't know, it was kind of weird.
You said that you liked that the best when we left.
Oh no, it worked very well for that movie, but it took me like about 20 to 30 minutes in the beginning of the movie for me to like adjust to it. It was kind of hard for me to get used
That
to.
was because there was no trailers. It was very, very jarring.
And again, I said it might be because I was also tired and it just dropped me into the middle of the movie. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, you need trailers.
What's
It was-
going on?
Oh god.
So
we're
to
singing.
transition back to C2E2, there was a cosplayer doing that costume, and I'm gonna put that up.
I
right
saw
here.
that guy, and it was amazing.
I'm gonna put that
It was
right
the
here in the
greatest
post.
thing.
I didn't see it, so I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I'll do that. It was pretty funny. I did see the He-Man cosplayer, but I did not see the sparkle background that he had.
Oh,
Oh no,
it did.
Kevin, would you
What?
do that cosplay? Would you do that cosplay if I was Skeletor?
Okay, see, you're saying something, and you don't even know why it's funny, but
Who
it's
said-
funny because of our friend Whitney, because she's
Is
wanted
she
me to
here?
make she's wanted me to make a He-Man costume for years, and I'm not
Maddie,
gonna
if
do it.
she's behind you,
Die.
Yeah.
just let us know somehow.
Yeah, that's not going to be obvious.
We'll get you somewhere safe.
She's not here. She's not. Oh, I'm kidding.
We lost.
But you probably met Whitney at C2E2. She had the
Oh right.
Yeah,
I
the
think it
Bee and
was
Puppy
Saturday
Cat
night
costume.
when I was peeling myself out of my terrible
Yeah,
leather
she was in
armor.
her room.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's in the same vein as Avengers, insofar as superheroes, Tabby wants to know: are you looking forward to Batman vs Superman, and what do you think of the new leaked Joker? Nick, I know you hate DC.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't like DC. I don't have anything against DC fans, so I'm not gonna sit here and rank on DC.
Yep.
So they can. I actually think Ben Affleck might be a good Batman.
Mhm.
I'm probably not gonna see that movie.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, I don't like. Man of Steel was too long for me for not having any investment in that universe.
Hmm.
And I imagine this will be the same type of thing. And I saw a movie where Jason Momoa was an actor who spoke English, and it did not end well. So I just don't think that was a good choice. But other than that,
No, I saw him in Conan. He was
yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
what I'm talking about. No, he was not. That was a terrible, terrible movie.
Well, it wasn't as bad as the Arnold Conan. Come on.
Correct, accurate. That is accurate.
I mean, it was a better adaptation of Conan the Barbarian than the Arnold movies, but the
Maybe
Arnold movies were so
Conan-
steeped in testosterone.
Maybe Conan should just not be adapted. I just don't think Jason Momoa is a good actor. But
He was good as Khal Drogo because he didn't have to
he
say
didn't talk,
much,
yeah.
and he
He
had to
didn't
just
talk.
be serious and like ripped, and he's good at that.
I think that Ben Affleck might be good.
Yeah, like everybody kind of went down a little too hard on him.
They always do that.
He
I don't
doesn't
know.
have a good track record when it comes to.
I was gonna say, as Daredevil, that's kind of what people are ripping on. So
Yeah, but that even people rank on that more than it deserves. I mean, Jennifer Garner was really terrible in it, and if she wasn't in it and someone else wrote it, it would have been a little better. Like he wasn't that bad.
yeah, well, you're a big fan of Daredevil, so as the character, not.
That being said, with the
show.
Netflix one, I am so happy to finally just not have to deal with the Ben Affleck one.
Okay.
I was like, okay, yeah.
I love Marvel far more than DC, but I do like Batman a lot, so I'm probably gonna see it. But I'm
more excited for Arkham Knight.
I don't like Superman. I just don't.
All right, I'm gonna step into this one because I feel like I've been full of unpopular opinions today.
Okay.
No talking. Go back to
I feel like DC could do very well for themselves if they just give up on the gritty aesthetic. Like, gritty has been played out since the 80s. Like, guys, superheroes are about hope and a better universe than the one we live in because people are willing to stick up for what's right. And I feel like with Man of Steel, they got a lot of the themes that made Superman Superman, but they toned down all of the colors, so it wasn't pretty. Like, a Superman movie has to be colorful. It's a Superman movie. Like, if you've seen the animated series for Superman and Batman, right, Batman was all brown and black and ridiculous and grimdark and
his
mobsters in
His
1920s.
thing is broody. Like,
Right.
That's Batman's deal, and then everybody's like, oh, well, the Batman movies, the Nolan Batman movies were really popular. We like that style. And, they made a lot of money, and it's like, that's because it works for Batman. It doesn't work for Superman. It's the
Right.
same way.
But
So
they
I
tried to
understand.
translate it to Superman, and so you've got the Superman who's destroying shit. There's so much destruction porn. There's literally nothing that shows that he's willing to defend people the way Superman historically does. He doesn't prevent property damage. He doesn't go out of his way to stop people from getting killed and, buildings collapsing.
Mhm.
And essentially what amounts to a nuclear apocalypse for Metropolis, he's just not Superman. Like,
And the
in that
reason-
movie,
The
straight
reason
up
it
not
was destroyed is because those alien guys wanted him, and so he got it destroyed to save himself.
Right. The Superman that we were all sort of raised on, who was the wide-eyed idealist that sort of inspired us to be better people, would have been the guy who's like, I'm not doing this here where all these people can get hurt. Let's go that way, because you're chasing me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he is supposed to be better than the way they depicted him, and as a result, you have this contagion spreading through all of DC's properties where everyone is suddenly trying to be Batman, with the one exception being the Flash, who has his own TV show now on the CW, which is actually quite good.
Mhm.
Like, The Arrow is Batman on TV.
Yeah.
And it's really bad because they're literally borrowing wholesale plot arcs from the various DC Batman story arcs where it's like Batman got recruited by Ra's al Ghul to try to be his replacement. Arrow now has that plot arc. Like Slade Wilson trying to kill you. Arrow now has that plot arc. Like, come on! Like, we get that people love Batman. And Batman is compelling and interesting and fun because it's a detective story and an action novel all in one. But it's grimdark. And grimdark doesn't make people want to keep watching. Because there are only so many flavors of grimdark that people can handle. And that's my spiel on that.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I will say that it seems like they're taking that Superman destroyed, Metropolis and all that stuff by trying to save himself or collateral damage, and they're playing it into this new one where he's kind of not perceived as the god that people want. Does that make sense? I get that vibe from the trailer.
Yeah, I got that too. I did get that.
So Batman's kind of taking the voice of like the people in that, insofar as like, hey, you need to not do this.
No, I get that. But if you've watched the trailer, he's also delivering cheesy villain lines with like a vocoder in front of a guy who literally destroyed a city by himself. Like, I don't care that you have powered armor. This is the guy that leveled a building with a single punch, and you're going to stand there in an alley wearing your metal suit saying, "Do you bleed?" Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It's straight up laughable. And I mean, look, I get it. You know, Superman has just leveled Metropolis through indiscretions of his own. You want to hold him accountable, that's fine. But this isn't Superman yet. Like, even if you want to try to excuse everything that happened in Man of Steel, he's not at that point where he is officially Superman. He hasn't adopted the ideals that make him Superman. And
that's why it was called Man of Steel. It's not Superman. He's just the Man of Steel right now, which is kind of scary.
He's just an unstoppable juggernaut of destruction. That's it, right? Like, and so I get it that you want to hold him to task, but why are you painting yourself as the villain if you're holding this mass-murdering psychopath accountable? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't add up to me, and a lot of the decisions they're making just don't make sense. But like the trailer was just super lackluster. Like, and also was overshadowed by the Star Wars trailer coming out. Like,
literally 100% overshadowed. Yes.
I didn't even realize it was there until 3 days later.
Right. Like, I am almost 100% certain that somebody up there knew and was like, "Oh man, finally we can deliver this trailer that we're not super thrilled about without anybody noticing because Star Wars dropped their trailer today." Oh, Star Wars dropped their trailer? Let it on the internet, guys. Let it out. Maybe people will pay attention.
My next foray into DC will be Batman Arkham Knight, and it will probably be my last one until another Batman game comes out.
The Batman games are very good.
They are.
I mean, I don't know. Arkham Origins was really good.
I didn't play that one.
It was okay.
I liked it.
It borrowed like one of the comic plot arcs, which was actually quite good, but the game itself was kind of buggy because it was a new developer.
Yeah, that's why I didn't play it. I saw Jess trying to fight. Who's the Deadpool in DC? That guy. And she was fighting him, and it kept resetting to the beginning every time she lost, and it was like a 20-minute fight, and I was like, I don't want to do this, so I never played that one.
I didn't want to do it either. After that first time, I was like, I haven't gone back to it. I really want to play it. I just don't.
I'll just play Arkham Knight. They sort of ignore Origins anyway because they're like the third Batman game, Arkham Knight.
Aww.
Do we know who the Arkham Knight's going to be? Like, because I'm fairly certain Scarecrow's not going to be the final villain of that game. Like,
I don't know, but John Noble's doing like the voice for Scarecrow, so
that's scary. He's a scary dude.
I just hope it is not Joker. I just
I
hope
mean, it's not going to be
Joker. It's not going to be Joker.
Well, they killed Joker, and like everybody's like, "Oh, Joker's so great." It's like just
oh, come on, that game's so old at this point.
In the last Batman game, they killed the Joker, and it's
Arkham.
There's only so many times.
That being said, didn't they say that was going to be the last time Kevin Conroy was going to do the voice?
Yeah, but Kevin Conroy is back.
No, that wasn't Kevin Conroy.
Well, it was supposed to be the last time for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Arkham City. Arkham City was supposed to be the last time for Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
And but Kevin Conroy is Batman again, and Kevin Conroy is my Batman.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd be totally cool with him doing all of the dubbing for whatever Batman they have live action wise. So they get the look of whatever Batman they want, and then they just have Kevin Conroy's voice because animated series, man. That's Batman's voice.
You're not wrong. I really love Kevin Conroy's voice acting, but I really hope the villain is going to be Hush.
Mm-hmm. Considering the last game.
Yeah, and he just escapes, and it's just like, you can kind of piece together what he's doing in like the first couple games, and you follow him like in the background if you do the extra side quests, and he's on the lam right now. And if you look at the Arkham Knight's like character design, the silhouette is very reminiscent of Batman.
Yeah.
Is he the guy with the bandages?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you last see him in the previous game, he looks like Bruce Wayne. He's
Oh, okay,
got, like,
I see him.
reconstructive surgery to look like
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne. He's covered in
I had to
scars.
Google image him.
That would make sense.
Yeah, he's Thomas Elliot, and Thomas Elliot actually, in one of his plot arcs, I can't remember which comic it was, but he straight up kicks the shit out of the Joker, and all of his goons, like straight up in the middle of the street, just destroys him, and it was pretty brutal.
Amber, did you play any of the Batman games?
I did not.
Oh.
I think partly because I didn't have the console for them and didn't have a system to run it if it did come out on PC at the time. So no, I didn't.
Yeah, I had it for PC, so it was available. But yeah, if you don't have a PC to run it, I suppose.
Yeah, I had on my old computer. I remember when that game first came out. I downloaded the demo for it because I was so excited, and it was great because the cutscene looked really good. And then as soon as I started playing, it was like it took literally about 5-6 minutes for the first fight. That's how slow my computer was at the time. So that was not good.
Did you get through the whole game that way, or did you get?
No, that was just the demo. And then I eventually
demo.
got it on the Xbox later on. So
Gotcha.
that was when my computer was old and gross before I got my new one.
I remember those feels. I remember. I'm sorry.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when the computers were slow.
They were powered by little hamsters and wheels.
They still are.
Yeah. All right. I suppose we could get to like the last question we got. If you guys would like, it is convention related, and it's actually kind of related to what we were talking about before. This one comes from Robert, or the Vigil's Keep.
Oh no.
He wants our opinions, thoughts, or musings on professional cosplayers versus amateur/fan cosplayers.
Oh, he knew I was gonna be doing this. No.
All right, Amber. Well, since you have a preloaded history here, why don't you give your thoughts, pros, cons for either or both?
Okay. Wait. No. Say the question again one more time.
Opinions, thoughts, or musings on professional cosplayers versus amateur/fan cosplayers. The pros and cons for either or both.
Pros or cons? Okay. Well, I feel like this discussion does not come without the problems that cosplay are mired in. So with professional cosplay, largely I think it should be on craftsmanship, and and I hate to use this word, as accurately as you can depict the character. For myself, I think I like to include the thing you hate so much, Kevin, the actual costuming and character bit, and not just the, I have all this money and X amount of time to create this costume, and it doesn't matter that it's due in 2 weeks. Bit. Jack sounds like she's gonna fight me. It looks like she's getting ready to fight me. Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna go with. I don't know if I'm the person to ask for this question, because I'm really better about any direction I'm gonna go. Somebody else take the wheel, please.
Okay. Does anybody else have an opinion on one versus the other?
Oh man, I'm hoping I can handle this without wanting to shove my foot in my mouth as I like to do.
I have an extremely strong opinion.
Okay, well, Nick.
Nick just, it was so strong he exploded.
So strong he went fishing.
Okay.
I need that photo too.
Excellent. All right, Adi, you're up because you talked before him.
All right. As far as professional cosplay, I feel like it becomes pretty much an industry. You're no longer really what people can call a cosplayer. You're suddenly a model. And so, yes, you it doesn't matter where you really get your outfits or whatnot. You're depicting a character because you're being paid to do so. You know, you're now a publicity representative for whatever company is paying you. If you're being hired as a professional cosplayer to do an event, to do, you know, whatever. Like, if you're being paid to put the costume together and go to an event, then that is your job. You're a professional. You're a model. Like, that's what you do. And with that, it comes with all of the duties that being a model would entail, being makeup, hair, getting your costume put together, which most models don't have to do, and maintaining your shape so that you can wear whatever it is they want you to wear and be comfortable in it and do what you want to do. As far as an amateur cosplayer, you're making all of your stuff on your free time with your money. You're going to cons. You're funding all this yourself, so you can do whatever the hell you want. Like, it's more liberating because you're doing it for the love of it, for the thrill, to represent the IPs that you love and what you like to spend your time doing when you're not putting these crazy costumes together and traveling across the country for a con and trying to figure out how to get everything into a suitcase. But that's about where I draw the distinction.
Okay, fair enough.
I think that's all I got. I'm not sure if I actually answered the question anymore. I forgot what the question was.
It was professional versus amateur fan cosplays. So pros and cons for both, or for either or both.
Oh, well, I think I got it.
Okay.
That works.
Nick still isn't back from his strong opinions. I mean, when I think of like the term professional cosplayer, I like Yaya Han is the first person that comes to mind.
That's what I figured was going, and not so much what Audie had described.
Mm-hmm.
You go. Sorry, you go.
Okay. And I know a lot of people who know who she is have their own opinions, and a lot of people probably know her from Heroes of Cosplay, and that's usually a negative opinion based on how she's portrayed in there. I have a very neutral opinion of Yaya Han, but she does make all of her costumes herself, right?
Debatable. We'll go with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think she does. I think, you know, some of it. I think she has help with some stuff though, because I mean she's so big at this point that she has so many costumes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean she's been cosplaying for a long time, and she's put together so many costumes herself. It's like when you get to the point where you just stop making things on your own, that's a point where you become more model than cosplayer. I think. I mean, you're technically still cosplaying, but kind of feeding into what you said, Adi, where you become like a model and stuff, and you have a lower priority list or a more focused one. But I mean, you could still do it for a living, and I feel like still make everything yourself. I don't really like. I will always consider myself just an amateur or fan cosplayer. Even if for whatever reason it did become my profession and I had to do it for a living. It's just I enjoy putting everything together myself. It's kind of that level of satisfaction where it's like, yeah, everything you see I did or work together with somebody else to do it. Like I can't sew to save my life, so there like I would get commissioned from a friend of mine or something like that. You know, whatever else I need, like cloth bits or whatnot. So I'd source that, but like my Alistair costume is pretty much entirely myself, and then like I'm not gonna make chaps myself, even though you probably could, leatherworking wise, but I don't have that skill yet. Working on it. But,
You will. You will. Very soon.
There goes my subwoofer. Okay, well, I'm just going to hold that up with my feet right now. But yeah, it's... I feel like making it a profession, a lot of people think that it's... I don't know, it takes the art out of it. And I think you can still balance the two.
I think I'm gonna say I know a lot of the I guess you could say professional cosplayers, and that's such a weird term too because there's so many different levels. That there's the people that get paid to dress up by companies versus the people that are just making everything themselves. They're not getting paid by anyone, but they're savvy business people. And then there's, the people that do commissions, and sometimes that's their entire livelihood, like, Bill or Will or any of those guys. And they do their own costumes for themselves, but they also do stuff for other people, and they provide, like, how-tos, their little ebooks and such.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to a lot of that professional stuff, there's the people that rely, I'm a professional cosplayer, I have the looks, I have the costumes, whether or not I make them. But then there's also are they a savvy business person level of it, where whatever anyone's opinion of how they got to their point where they're considered professional, they know how to use their appearance, their skills to make money and become successful. And I think a lot of people just resent people that are able to make money doing something like that. When especially with a group of people where there is the professional level versus just it's considered like a fan thing. It started out as, nerds showing their appreciation, and then someone was able to make money off that. That's always going to have like some sort of resentment with, the other people.
I think what we're getting into now is the opinion of being a sellout, so to speak, because you're able to like take the art of it, and then people are taking that it's just the art. You can't make money off of the art. And my brain is specifically thinking, like you mentioned, Bill. He's got a video on making money off of props and stuff like that, and it being your business and your livelihood, and it's possible.
Well, there's also the whole public aspect of how you present yourself, and when you watch like their videos, Bill or any of those guys, you could tell they truly care about helping other people.
Yeah.
Like especially the amateur people, they want to help people make better costumes. And then you see some of the other people where they're more well known maybe because they show up and they sell like their prints and everything, but maybe they might be really gracious at their booths or anything, but then they get that image from, say, Heroes of Cosplay where they're being edited. You don't know what they're really like in real life. The people that are putting the media out there themselves, you get a little more of the feel of who they are versus there's a lot going on. I don't know. It's such a weird, murky...
Yeah, it's because none of us personally really know a professional cosplayer. Am I saying that? Like, Bill, he calls himself a prop maker, and Will calls himself a prop maker. They're prop makers. There's a difference.
But they do cosplay too.
Yeah, but
where is that title for that?
Are they like they draw the line at prop maker?
Yeah.
Whereas I would think the cosplay part of it that's still the hobby or the fan part of it, and that's probably a good balance. But I think you could do both. Dale, do you have any thoughts?
About what?
Did you hear the question?
Yeah. Depends. You have to quantify what becomes professional, what becomes...
Well, I mean, at its definition, profession means like that's your job now. So if your job is specifically just cosplaying, like you're getting paid to cosplay.
What if it's a half and half kind of a thing?
Half and half with what?
Half being paid to cosplay, half doing something else. Is that considered professional?
Oh, so like a part-time thing?
Yeah.
I guess.
So then, would you be considered pro then?
I don't make money off of cosplay. I spend money on cosplay. I have a negative gross.
But you're also getting comped to go down to the con.
Exactly what I thought you were doing.
That's a present thing. I'll address that at the end, but yeah, I consider that like I don't know. I don't intend to make money off of that. Like they're offering me a booth, and I could probably sell stuff. I have nothing to sell.
You could sell your soul. That's what you're slowly doing.
No, not doing it. But yeah, no, it's not a. I don't consider myself a professional or semi-professional. I'm just a goofball in a costume. That's how I want to be. That's just how I am.
We're talking just in pure. If we're talking costume or contests, then I think there does need to be a distinction. Other than that, couldn't really give a rat's ass, to be honest.
I feel like Dale has the most, well, the best attitude about this, because honestly, it really doesn't matter whether you're pro or amateur.
I mean, I've walked by
So-
Han before, and I haven't killed her or anything, but at the same time, if she came up and talked to me, it's not like I'd freak out and shit myself or something.
Mm-hmm. You know who she is, and it's just you have a neutral opinion. That's like what I was saying before. It's like I don't like her, I don't hate her. I'm just in the middle. Like, yeah, she's good at what she does, but I don't care.
Are you guys ready for my super
Yes,
controversial
you're
opinion?
finally back. Please, why don't
Uh-oh,
you
I
end,
Fine again.
please end this topic. Say
I
yes.
believe that professional cosplayers and amateur cosplayers both exist.
Very good. Very nice.
I just cut him out of the session this time.
I can just put the gone fishing thing back up. Now I'm
Maybe
gonna
I
have to
actually
because
will
it's-
go fishing.
You should. I kind of want to go fishing. So, Robert, I hope that at some point answered your questions. It's such a weird, nebulous topic because I feel like not a whole lot of people have done it successfully enough where they could just that's their livelihood.
It's very new. It's like a very new thing where we're seeing these people that are getting popular, or I guess not popular, but they're so professional that they're viewed as, I guess, celebrities. They're on TV, some of them, so it's very strange. It's very strange.
At the end of the day, it all feels like a hobby, and you can turn your passion into a job, but I don't know, because I don't know. I'm just done with the topic. It's so hard to quantify. So,
I feel like we're probably at time.
oh, we're well beyond time.
Past time,
So,
yeah.
why do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Because we're out of questions to ask, so or answer. Not ask.
Any final words on C2E2 this year?
Yeah.
Not enough lotion.
Not
Not
enough
enough
lotion. Maybe
Not
like
enough lotion. It was really cold. Like, it's my understanding it's not typically that cold during C2E2
Not cold.
season, but it was really cold.
yeah, that was a pretty cold week for April. But then again, you're coming. You like it to be about 100 degrees, and Dale and I melt in that temperature.
Well, clearly you should just move down to Atlanta and acclimate.
No, I don't want to live in my sweat.
By the way, it was
You've
80
been
degrees
living in
here.
your...
It was 80 what?
It was like
Yeah.
80 degrees here today, so
Yeah.
it was great. I loved it.
I'm going to contest that, Kevin, because I've seen your costume, and you've been living in your sweat for a number of years.
Accurate.
Fair point, sir.
That's why we keep thinking he gets the con crud.
All right. Before we wrap up, I do want to talk about Magic City Con because I am going to be a guest at that con. They're graciously flying me out there to attend their con, and I'm credited as the host of that con, so I got to be doing like announcements and stuff, and I'll be hosting panels and whatnot. That's in Birmingham, Alabama. That's at the end of July. I think it's the 24th through the 26th, and if you're a fan of Steve Bloom, Greg Ellis, and Jennifer Hale, those three voice actors, wonderfully talented voice actors, will be there. So you can meet them. I intend to meet them. And I'll be there too if for whatever reason you want to meet me and talk about whatever. I'll be there with probably a booth that has nothing in it. It'll just be me at a table.
And when he's there, we'll put the doll in his place.
Yes. That would be great. Actually, then I can go do whatever. So please do attend that. It's their first year, so they're starting up, and I hope I don't manage to, in my stupidity, follow up that convention. And it's first year. And Dale and Adi, you guys agreed come out there with me, so that's super cool of them. And then we've been getting like more and more people added onto that. Amber
Kevin's so
literally fell on
cause
the
famous
floor
now.
when
He has his own entourage.
I know.
Amber literally fell on the floor when I mentioned
No, I
like
didn't.
Ellis was going to be there.
No one saw that. It did not happen.
So yeah, please do attend that, because I would be happy to see more and more people go to that convention in its first year. So other than that, do you guys want to I guess pimp yourself out or post any? I can put links on the screen or whatever if you. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words.
I don't keep a web page or a fan page. I am not a pro cosplayer.
Okay.
I don't get invited down to host cons. I don't want none of this.
That's all, Kev.
I don't have a fan club in Germany.
You don't have a Tumblr devoted to him.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? No. Okay. Well,
Good podcast, guys.
this has been the Long Con podcast. If you have a question or a talking point for us that you managed to think up at any point in the next month, at any point you can email us at thelongconpodcast@gmail.com, and we would be more than happy to answer your question or talk about whatever topics you might want us to discuss on the air. I guess I can say now. So this has been a great live event, I guess. I kind of like the YouTube format. Thank you for those of you who have posted things in the Q&A app. I really appreciate that. Other than that, tune in next month, and we'll see you then. Nick, take us out.
Later, champs.